Just got done reviewing my very first video, looking good. Got some constructive criticism here, and I'm going to see if I can do a little bit better for you guys this time. But I'm all ready to go, and last video we talked about the tutorial of the game, of course, just the beginning area, just kind of did a quick run through of it. And now I'm going to go ahead and talk to another person here at the Firelink Shrine, but from there we're just going to go right on to the first area and we're all good to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Of course, this was the blacksmith that I talked about last video. He of course upgrades everything for you as far as weapons and stuff. This of course was the Shrine Handmaiden. She's actually the one who's the merchant who sells all of your stuff that you can buy from her. This is the level up lady here. Of course, is going to increase your stats. And this is a new guy that we haven't talked to yet, so I might as well get talking to him.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death. Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots.
Alright, this guy's all about the depression, so definitely don't want to be talking to him for too long. He actually gave me another emote here.
Don't you think?
Which is basically going to be the depression emote that he basically has there. Let me go ahead and just activate this for you guys. Yeah, pathetic. Anyway, let's go ahead and move forward. Alright, so after you've already gone to all the guys in the very beginning here, all of the different merchants and such, you want to go ahead and hit this bonfire and start up the first area of the game. Alright, I know this is all in Japanese here, but the very first option for the American version should be the teleport option, and the very first teleport area will come up. Alright, and this is where you want to go. Alright, and the cool thing about this game is, as you're going through it, you know, you're loading through different areas. It has little item descriptions of items you can get later on in the game. Of course, this is going to be the Japanese version, so you can't read it, but in the American version, if you do buy it, you're definitely going to be able to get a lot of information from this, especially if you're trying to figure out, you know, what items to use for different builds. This is the best place to look at them. Alright, so now we're in the very first area. Of course, this is going to be basically level 1 of the game if you think about it that way. And it's obviously going to be one of the easiest areas. But there's definitely quite a few items you can get here that I'm going to run through for you. Alright, and a real quick rundown of my stuff here with the warrior build. We have a axe, of course, that does pretty massive damage. It does about 135. If you look at the 125 number plus 15, that's going to be your total attack rating put together. Alright, so that's going to do about 140 actually in terms of damage. You got your shield, which I'm not even going to be using very much. My full armor set, it has all the numbers as far as defensive values. Not really going to go into that right now. This is the life ring, which I believe increases your health by about 7% just by wearing it. And of course, those are the SS flasks we talked about. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so got the first bonfire right here. Definitely want to light every bonfire you bypass just in case you do die. You'll come back to this bonfire here instead of go back to, you know, somewhere super far back in the game. Alright, and there's two different ways to go here. You can go left down those stairs or right down those stairs. Either way there's going to be some enemies, but I prefer to go left first. Alright, and these guys right here, these guys are a joke. Pretty much just take them all in one hit, but the cool thing is they drop some pretty useful items if they do drop. One of them you can get is actually going to be an upgrade stone, which will make it so that you lose all scaling on your weapons, but the base damage gets maximized. So if you can get one of those stones right there, it'll be super useful from, you know, low-level characters, of course. Alright, and this is going to be, yep, another soul item. Oh, forgot this guy. Oh! Dang! Alright, these guys are actually pretty weak, as you can see. He did one of his most powerful attacks, and it only took off, what? 5 to 10% of my health, or 7%, something like that. So yeah, you really don't have to worry too much if you're starting with a warrior build in this game. Whew. You want to get that guy real quick, because as soon as he starts wailing like that, all the enemies get up and start coming after you. So you definitely want to take care of them, or take care of him as quickly as possible. Alright, here's my first backstab. Alright, and right up here, you're gonna get your first binoculars here. And that guy just jumped to his death. Oh, still alive. Well, either way, he just jumped for no reason. Alright, so let me go ahead and get those binoculars real quick. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and equip these just so we can get a quick view of the area. Oh, nope, just drank an Estus flask, my bad. Alright, so anyways, it basically puts you in a first-person view. And you can see basically the whole area. Oof, that's a tall castle. Alright, so basically where we want to go next is right over there where I'm looking. Alright, so let's go ahead and get to it. Oh wow. You actually got a hit in, even during the iframes. And just for anybody who doesn't know what iframes are, basically while you're rolling, there's invincibility frames where you cannot be hit. So basically if you roll right when an enemy's attack is going to hit you, it'll basically go right through you and will do no damage. So definitely I'm going to be doing that a lot since I'm going to be using my shield at the minimum. Alright, and this item I just picked up there, super useful for boss fights. This is going to be the lightning buff that you can put on your weapon, and it basically increases your damage quite a bit, and also adds a lightning element. So if the enemy that you're fighting is weak against lightning damage, this is going to be super helpful. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to this next area. Alright, we got a little item right here, and that is a firebomb, just like the ones we were looking at last video there. Super strong against undead and enemies that are weak against fire. Alright. And then for this area right here, a lot of people don't realize you don't even have to go down that ladder. It does take a minute to go down. What I usually do is just jump down to this ledge right here, take no damage, and then drop again, and you won't take any damage. A lot faster than getting on the ladder and such. Alright, and there's another soul item to increase your souls. Alright, and I'm going to see if I can try to kick this guy's shield in. Whoop! Nope, didn't get it there. Oh! Backstab, I guess. Nope, I didn't even get the backstab. Terrible. Oh wow, this guy's doing some damage to me. Seriously? Wow. Usually you can take these guys out in one hit. Wow. Okay. Well anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just come up here, and you're gonna have a crazy dragon come up and try to blow fire on you, but really you just want to try to get past this area. Keep going. Because the dragon's fire will kill most of the enemies for you. And you basically get some free souls. And later on I'm going to try to come back here and see if I can kill the dragon, just because you do get a really good upgrade stone, and you get to pick up all the items out there. Definitely don't want to do it now and take too much damage. Alright. Well, this right here is going to be the one of the tougher enemies in the games for some players, just because sometimes you're in a hurry and you just see a chest and you try to open it up right away. But if you notice there, the chest is actually breathing. It's actually opening and closing on its own part way. And this is actually a monster that when you open it, it pops up and it pretty much tries to eat you. But I'm going to go ahead and bypass this for now, just because there's an item I want to use later just to get the item without even fighting him. Alright, but let's go ahead and just go through here, and this is a shortcut. Alright. Oh wow, can't even hit that guy. Alright, let's try this here. Alright, and one thing that I have not been doing that you definitely need to do in this game is locking on. You want to click in the right stick, and you'll lock straight on to enemies. Super useful so you don't miss attacks. Alright, I really shouldn't fight this guy, but you know what? Let me go up here first, and I'll come back and fight him. just because he does a lot of damage when he hits you, and I don't have a lot of Estus flasks. Alright, so you want to take advantage of as many backstabs as you can, just because they huge damage, as you can see. Just like pretty much one-shotted him. Alright, so this is going to be more fire bombs. Okay, and then we want to come this way. And this is going to be our second bonfire in this area. So very useful as a teleport area for later. There's going to be a couple items you're going to have to teleport there for to get. Another upgrade stone. Oh, I should probably sit down real quick and get my Estus flask back. There we go. Right, and again on this video, I'm going to be taking it about 25 minutes. Just because definitely if you guys need to take a break, whatever it might be, I don't want you to have to sit through a couple hours just to see everything. Alright, but let me go ahead and try to kill this guy real quick. Shouldn't have any problems, but he does do big damage. Oh! Alright. Alright, the biggest thing you can do with these guys is circle around to their backside and try to do a backstab on them, just because it can usually take off half their health depending on your weapon. And then from there, when they get up, they'll be stunned, so you can just hit them a couple times and kill them pretty quick. Otherwise, man, they can take you out in 3-4 hits. Alright, so from there we already know that we went that way, bonfire was up there. Now we need to come down. Just make short work of these guys real quick. And there'll be another guy over here just hiding in the background. Alright, and then from here, just head right down. Oh, and this guy's going to be already ready to attack us as soon as we come down. So you want to kind of be ready for his attacks. There you go, not too difficult. And he actually gave us a awesome weapon. This is going to be really, really good if you want to do poking attacks against enemies. And it's really good at breaking guards. So if you have an enemy with a shield and you hit him with this a couple times, a lot of times you'll break the guard and then you can come in for a critical attack. Okay, but of course I'm not going to be using that for right now just because it does weigh a lot and I won't be able to roll quickly with it. And as you saw there, he just threw a firebomb at me, and I just rolled right through it with my iframes, the invincibility frames. That way, you don't take any damage at all. And anyone who's played Bloodborne knows exactly what that's all about. Alright, and the item I just picked up, that's going to be a mail breaker, if I'm not mistaken. And it has a very, very high critical chance on it, or critical attack bonus, should I say. It's sitting at 130 instead of the normal 100, so you'll do more damage if you do backstabs and such. And this guy I gotta come back for because there's no key, so, or I don't have it yet. So I'm just gonna move forward. Alright, just wanna come right back the way we came, and here's an item right here. Oh, some throwing knives. Those are actually pretty useful if you're kind of at a distance from an enemy. You can usually use a throwing knife to do a little more damage while they're at that distance, and then just close in for the kill. Alright, and you want to be careful, by the way, on these barrels here. If you picked the fire gem starting item, and you put fire on your weapon, and you were to hit these boxes, they would explode and do a huge amount of damage to you. So you got to be real careful with those. Alright, and this is another soul item. Alright, you got a real sneaky guy right here just hanging off, just waiting for you to come up. You can just knock him down real easy. Alright, and this part right here does give a lot of players a lot of trouble, so definitely want to fill you in on what you need to do. Go ahead and equip your fire bombs, and what you're going to want to do is put them in the slots right there at the bottom. Alright, and what I usually do, some people do it differently, they'll shoot arrows at this guy or things like that, but for me, I just run all the way up, let him activate, so he starts transforming. He turns into a really powerful monster that pretty much does huge damage to anybody he hits. But if you throw fire bombs at him, he gets stunned, and he takes quite a bit of damage from them. Alright, and he usually will charge right at you as soon as he gets the opportunity, so I usually go up this ladder. Alright, and then you kind of want to just wait until he's kind of walking away, because, I mean, if he catches you on the ladder or you get a couple of hits from him, he can kill you pretty quick. Alright, so there you go. Right, let me just throw a couple. Should be enough right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there you go. Alright, he drops some really useful items. He drops an Ember, which of course will give you that 30% more health again and lets you summon people, and another upgrade stone. Alright, so got another firebomb set there just to replenish some of the ones that I just wasted. And if you come around this way, you're going to see your first crystal lizard, the mini ones. And these guys will drop a really, really useful stone for you. Oh my gosh. Come on, dude. Okay. So basically this stone right here that you see on the bottom of the screen, this is the one I was telling you about that basically takes away all scaling from your weapon. So you won't see plus numbers or anything like that, and it just increases the base damage. So for low level play, that's definitely the kind of stone that you want to use. Alright. From here, you come down on this roof. We got an item here, and this is going to be black fire bombs. These are basically the same thing as the other fire bombs I have, except they do more damage. So I usually reserve those for tougher enemies. And there you go, I just roll right through an arrow. And I mean, you can pretty much dodge any attack. I mean, it's not reserved to fire bombs or arrows, but even if you have a guy swinging at you, you can just dodge right through. Alright, in this ladder we're going to come down a little later. Alright, just hang a left right here. Kill this guy. That's one of those screecher guys that calls all the enemies for you. Ooh, and that's the item I just picked up that I'm going to go back to the Mimic, and that chest I told you about that was breathing, that one right there you want to use this item on so you can get the free item from him without fighting. Ooh. Huh, this guy's not usually here. Alright, there we go. Alright, and usually I'll just continue from here, but since I picked up that item for the Mimic chests, I kind of want to go back and show you guys how to use that and how it works. But the good thing is all the enemies in this area are dead, so I can easily run back. Okay, so basically what you want to do, you can basically put this in any slot. Alright, on the bottom of the screen, it's going to be like, looks like a little mirror, but it's actually an item that'll help you out as far as getting that free item like I was saying. So you head back here. Alright, up the stairs. Okay, and then just right through this doorway, and here he is. And the quick way of getting off this, you don't have to go down the ladder, you can just roll onto the stairs and you won't take any damage. Alright, so all you gotta do, just kind of aim the camera down, press square, and he'll open up for you. Alright, and he just kind of sits there. He's basically asleep. Oh, and he kind of saw like a silhouette of a guy getting eaten there, but basically he's just sleeping there. And you have a kind of a funny animation in a second here. There he is, yawning. Just waiting for his next victim. Alright. So since we already got the item, we don't even need to worry about fighting him. And I basically got the exact same axe, except this one has split damage for physical, and also has dark damage on it, so it's actually not too bad. I might actually just switch to this real quick, just to see what kind of damage I can do to these enemies. Okay, pretty much doing the same amount of damage there. Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a difference. It still takes me about 2 hits to take out the guys with armor on. So, I guess I'll use it for the moment. Alright, and I still have 4 Estus flasks on the bottom left, so don't need to go back to the bonfire or anything like that. Alright, so now you want to run back over here, right back down the ladder, and now we can fight that knight that was there. And this guy's not too bad, especially if he blocks for a while. You can kind of break his guard. Oh wow, got some delays on those hits. Like right here, when he has his shield up like that, you can actually kick his shield in if he'll let you. Alright, and when that happens there, when you bounce off of his shield, you want to get out of the way right away, because the enemies in this game will automatically try to hit you while you're stunned. But as you can see, I mean, relatively easy to beat. You always want to circle around to their backs, just like the one earlier, just because they're weak there. Another soul item. Okay, and then to the right here, a lot of people will miss this, but basically you just want to break these boxes by rolling into them. Head all the way down, and there's going to be a couple things you can do. So this right here is going to be the green blossom. And when you use this, it makes that green bar on the top left refill a lot faster. That's basically your endurance, which as you watch when I swing here, it's going to take my endurance away just from swinging my weapon. So you see it filling back up. When you use that green blossom, it fills up even faster. Pretty much, I believe, 20 to 30% faster than it normally would while it's active. Alright, and seeing as my health is halfway down, let me just heal up just a little bit. Alright, see if we can get this guy before he does a sneak attack on us. Nope, he got me anyway. Alright, and this right here is going to be a relatively powerful sword, basically. I mean, it's not one that I prefer to use, but it does have higher damage than the long sword. But at the same time, it doesn't have any thrusting attacks, which I don't like, because thrusting attacks are going to make it so that you can get a little bit more distance out of your attacks altogether. But as you can see, the damage is 117, while the regular longsword, I believe, is 110. So this one does have a damage advantage, but at the same time, the moveset isn't as varied, so I don't prefer to use that. Alright, so next thing we want to do is just come straight down here. Alright, equip the fire bombs. Well, if you have a bow and arrow, you can use that too, but I basically will lock onto enemies. Oh my gosh, just drank another Estus Flask. And I'll throw a fire bomb to get their attention, because if you go down there, you could have 2 or 3 guys on you at the same time, and these guys hit pretty hard. So, if you want to live, definitely don't just run down there. Oh, not too bad. Well, that was relatively easy, 2 hits. Alright, and now this right here is going to be a shield, which is actually very good because it does have 100% block on it, meaning that any physical attacks that you take are going to be blocked 100%. So if you look at the middle of the screen where it says 100, right below the picture of the shield, that's going to be your physical block number. And if you look at my wooden shield I had before, it's only 86. So basically I'm going to still be taking damage even though I block. But with this one, I won't take any damage at all. So this is definitely a good shield for people that are going to be using shields throughout the game. Alright, and then this guy here does throw fire bombs down on you when you go down there and you're attacking the other enemies, and he'll try to blow up the barrels down there to do more damage to you. So I always try to take him out first before I go down. Alright, I might as well see if I can get a little bit closer so I can get the attention of some of these enemies. Oh, here comes a dog. And even though I won't be using it right now, the dogs are actually really weak against fire attacks. If you were to throw a firebomb at them, they kind of just sit there stunned, just like in pain, I guess, and they let you get free hits in on them if you throw a firebomb or have a fire weapon. Okay, I'm just going to show you what the firebomb does. See how it kind of made him stagger a little bit? Alright, let's see if I can do a rolling attack real quick. Get behind him. Whoop. There we go. And with those guys, any enemy who charges at you, you can always roll towards them, and it may actually make you appear behind them. So it's super useful. I don't know why this guy doesn't see me. Okay, whatever. I'll take a free one. Alright, just want to finish him off real quick. Oh! Ooh, that was close. Oh, and you gotta be careful with some of the enemies' delayed attacks, because you might roll too early and get hit anyway. Alright. There we go. Oh, and this key here that I just picked up, This is for that cell that I was telling you about where the guy was locked in there and I had to get the key later. This is the one we want to use. Alright. And if you kind of explore this area here, you're going to see an item. This is the Estus Flash Shard. Alright, this right here is what you're going to do to increase that Estus number on the bottom left. You'll take it to the blacksmith. He'll upgrade your Estus Flask and you'll have 5 now instead of 4. Now we got another upgrade stone here. And even though I don't need this weapon, I'm going to go ahead and head up here and get this really, really strong longsword. It's actually called Astora's Straight Sword, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't that one right there. That was just a regular longsword, but it's right over here. Okay, so what you want to do is just roll through these boxes. And here is Astora's Straight Sword right here. The only bad thing about this weapon is that you do need to have at least 12 faith to use, but if you compare it to a regular longsword, let me equip both of them for you so you can see. It does do 129 damage base, while the regular longsword does 110. So it basically does about 20 more damage per swing and weighs the same amount. The only thing is, like I said, you have to have 12 faith in order to use it. So that's the only downside, but if you're willing to put 12 faith into your character, you're definitely going to have a very powerful weapon on your hands. Alright guys, well I'm sitting at about 25 minutes right now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video here, and I will see you guys in a little while. Alright, thanks for coming in.